6, kind of 5 new secret layers are just coming out, and these have Ninja Turtle energy. There's going to be some amazing art, some really good banging reprints, some why are they here, but let's grade and see if it's worth it to get the Totally TubuLair Superdrop. Hey everyone, I'm WeeCJ, and in today's video we are going to be talking about the Totally TubuLair Superdrop, which are all Teenage Mutant Ninja secret layers. There is 6, but I'm counting 5, where I'll be going over the art, the cards, giving my thoughts and opinions on them and grading them, and then doing an overall grading on the Superdrop to answer the big question, is this worth buying or not? This secret layer is coming out on the 2nd of March, but a disclaimer moment. I have never really been a big fan of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. When I say that, it's not that I don't like it, I just didn't watch it. I remember probably a handful of episodes when I was a kid, and then the live action movie, which was kind of strange, but it just never caught my interest. So when it comes to this, I will probably say a bunch of names and kind of characters wrong, probably mention a few things that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle people will cringe at, but I will try my best to put in kind of the grading system when it comes to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Is it worth it or not? So in saying that, take my grades with a pinch of salt. If there's characters you love or a card that you want to build a commander deck of, kind of put an extra 1 or 2 points on for you as a individual that loves the show or film or comics. But before we go on to these secret layers, a quick little plug where I talk about my smaller Etsy shop where I make t-shirts and hoodies in multiple colours and sizes for people to enjoy. So if you like me and what I do and want to help support out the channel, first, buy yourself something nice. Secondly, like, subscribe, and do all that YouTubey stuff we always ask for. So the first one I'll be going over is VHS villains. If you do not know what a VHS is, you are way younger than me. This secret layer, just without it being Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, gives me flashbacks of my childhood with VHSs, because the cards themselves look like the old cardboard boxes they used to come in before they started doing the plastic ones. So a lot of nostalgia already comes with these cards, never mind looking at the Teenage Mutant Ninja side. When it comes to this, you get 5 cards, one being a double-sided card. So if you've seen none of these cards, you get cards just like Deliver of Secrets, Insectal Aberration, Higyu the Still Wind as Shredder Criminal Mastermind, Species Specialist, Rampage Imbalance as Stampeding Brutes, Tristlaclon as Krang's Android. When it comes to this, I know who Shredder is and the android thing. I think that was the cartoon I remember some episodes of as a kid. When it comes to this, the card selection is quite solid. There's a lot of good cards and a lot of playable cards, but there's no slam dunk chase cards that are absolutely amazing. They seem to be in the really good but quite easy to get your hands on. But every one of these cards are playable in Commander and are quite powerful in Commander too, depending on how you build your deck. But when it comes to the main point of this is the art. Now this could just be nostalgia talking, but the kind of stains and markers and the group party thing as a kid I remember kind of sends a lot of memories flooding back, so it's probably why I'm being more biased. Showing off a part of the VHS is where you pull it out was really funny to me when I first recognized that. Having the old VHS stuff actually look like used old VHS stuff is probably one of the smarter kind of themes they've come up with, in my opinion. And I really do like that the mana symbols look like they've been drawn on by marker, and even the colors of it seem very kind of 90s to me as well. Overall, I do think this is a pretty solid secret layer. It's not amazingly good, but it is amazing. It has quite good cards, brilliant artwork. The only thing I would say is kind of better card selection or more powerful things, or they could have had like I like when they do the commander and then a few cards that work well with it. But overall, I'm going to give this a 7.4 out of 10. The second secret layer I'll be going over is the Mighty Muanimals. Hopefully I'm saying that right. When it comes to this, I actually think it is the complete opposite of the first one. So if you haven't seen these, you get cards just like Deep Glow Skate as Man Ray Eco Avenger, printed copy as Slash Evil Turtle from Dimension X, Kedris Emberclaw Familiar as Mondo Gecko Esquire, Hardened Scales, Triumph of Hordes as Mutanimals United. When it comes to this, I have no clue what Mutanimals are. It just seems, and again I'm probably right here from just guessing, it is mutated animals. I'm not the biggest fan of the artwork. Again, seems to be more just I've never seen this, I don't know anything about it. The artwork is not a style I kind of like. I can see other people liking it, especially it seems to be comic book art. So again, it seems to be something that people would really like. The card selection is really good, especially with cards like Triumph of the Horde and Hardened Scales. I do find it weird that there is a partner card in here with no partner. Again, it's probably just because Lizard and Lizard, but there's many Lizard cards they could have picked. That's why I think this is personally the opposite of the first one. It is really good card selection, or better card selection, and weaker art. Not bad, weaker in my opinion. But it could also be I have no clue of any of these characters at all. I've never seen. The closest one would be the turtle, but I would have just assumed it's a weird version of the turtle, not something from a different dimension. But overall, because the card selection is better, I'm kind of trying to put it in. If I knew these cards or these creatures and where this came from, I would probably give it a 7.1. Now the third one is The Last Ronin. Okay, so this one is spice. Before I even mention anything, I don't know what a Ronin is. However, looking at this Secret Lair, never getting into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or anything like that, not knowing what Ronin is, I will have to say this. This Secret Lair, if they've done anything, like if they've done it with the franchise I like, this would be one of the best Secret Lairs they have ever made. So I'm going to show you first and then explain more. When it comes to this, you get Settle the Wreckage, Mental Misstep, Inkai's Servant of Oni as Splinter Vengeful Sensei, Anger, Chord of Calling. The artwork, it seems to be their like really fancy comic book front pages. It could be, let me know in the comments down below, but the front cover cards, the art of them is absolutely amazing. For example, as you can see, I'm a big fan of Mario and Zelda. If they've done this with them two, oh my god, I will be buying this straight away. The artwork is one of the best artworks I've ever seen on a Secret Lair. Now again, there is fancier ones, there is ones that are equal or around being equal, but this one is absolutely beautiful. Now the card selection. The card selections are really good, like they're really playful and all powerful cards or cards used a lot. So like in my opinion, Anger is the weakest card. However, Anger is so useful in so many decks if you can get it in your graveyard. When it comes to this, the artwork is one of the best artworks we've ever seen. The card selection is really good, quite powerful. The only thing that I can say would make this better is a really powerful commander like they kind of did with Inkai's, and cards that go really well and that are powerful with it. Even if I remotely was into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, this would be a Secret Lair I would be trying to get my hands on. Because again, cards are great, artwork's great. This is a really good Secret Lair. Overall, I'm going to probably give this a 9.1 out of 10. At the start of the video, I did say there's 5 Secret Lairs. This one is why. This is the Kevin Eastman Secret Lair, and it comes in coloured and inked. The reason I count this as one Secret Lair is because the cards are the same, the art style or the art is kind of the same, you just get one in colour and one in inked. Now to be honest, I think before even talking about the cards in the Secret Lair, if they are going to do this, I think it should be one Secret Lair with 2 options. Kind of like if you want foil or non-foil. It should also be like, do you want it in coloured or inked? So when it comes to this section, I'm just going to be showing off both cards and kind of getting my thoughts and feelings as one section. So when it comes to these cards, you get Loxodon Gatekeeper, Sakashima Student, Throat Slitter, Gutter Snipe. So the artwork, I do like it. It seems very like heavy metal and stuff like that. I do appreciate it. But the fact that they're kind of just getting rid of the color layer and going, haha, now we have two, sell them, does seem a bit kind of not cool in my opinion. To be honest, I actually prefer it in inked than in color. The color seems to be a little bit too messy for me when it comes to looking at the cards. The card selection is quite good. They're all really good cards when it comes to playable stuff, but nothing too amazing. But I do appreciate the cards they did pick, but they seem to be also a little bit all over the place. When it comes to a Secret Lair, I personally kind of like to keep them all in one. So like for the artifact one, I have it all in one deck and stuff like that. It does kind of put me off and I'm like, this card will go good here, this card will go good there, this card will go good there, and that card will go great there. So again, that kind of puts me off a little bit. The biggest problem with this is the whole fact that they're trying to sell you two Secret Lairs, and the only thing they did was hide the color layers. It is pretty much just a white background with the ink layer or ink layers on top. So again, I kind of find that a little bit insulting. However, I do think it would be a good idea to have it as a selection and give you an extra Secret Lair. Overall, with the good card selection and the art, I'm going to give this a 6.6. And now we're on to Stan Sakai. Hopefully I'm saying that right. This one I'm just assuming, of course, is related to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle or some spin-off with it, because I know the turtles have been in so many different things. But there isn't a turtle inside. It seems to be a kind of side story with a rabbit ninja. Again, know nothing about this. If there's anything, let me know in the comments down below. I will have a look and see, because again, I love learning about different universes and stuff. I just never go, this is what I want to look up. But the card selections are Balin the Haymaker, Miyamoto Usagi, Felidar Retreat as Kazuchi's Piece, Master of Ceremonies, Second Harvest, Sunforger as the Glass Cutting Sword. Even with Teenage Mutant Ninja, I know like the very, very basics. Like I know some of the bad guys, I know some of the good guys, I know like some of the human-esque people. There is a handful of knowledge I know. When it comes to this, I didn't even know it existed. I did not know there was some form of story about bunny samurais or bunny ninjas, and then anything to do with that. So I'm finding this hard to kind of give a grade on. However, when it comes to the card selection, they've done the thing that I do like, where there is a commander and then good cards that go well with it. So again, I do think that it is a actually quite good commander they picked. Again, find it funny that they picked a bunny to play as a bunny. Now, Second Harvest and Sunforge are really good cards, especially in commander. So again, I do think the card selection is somewhat good. Kind of quite good in my opinion. The art again seems to be roughly the same time period, so again, correct me if I'm wrong here, with the the mutated animals one. So it could be a side story from that, or they could be related in some form of way. Again, let me know down in the comments down below. So the artwork is not the style I would particularly care for or like. The card selection is quite good. Not saying it's absolutely amazing or broken, but it is better than roughly your average Secret Lair. So assuming that this rabbit is quite big and quite well known, I would probably give this a 7.2 if I was a fan. But now my overall thoughts and opinions on these Secret Lairs and should you buy them or not. This Superdrop as a whole is actually quite decent. However, it is being dragged a lot by the Ronin one. However, the other ones are not bad. They're all not terrible, but they're not amazing. They're all roughly in the 6, early 7s, so it means they're quite good. The artwork, none of it is bad. It is rather really good or amazing. The kind of only one that kind of annoys me is the two that are the same, and they're trying to sell them off as two separate Secret Lairs. If they ever do the Last Ronin style with a like with Strixhaven or with any kind of universes beyond kind of thing I care for, which is really kind of none. But if they did do it with like Zelda, or if they did it with Avatar or Doctor Who, I would have probably bought it. Kind of not even depending on what the cards could have been bad, and I would have probably still bought it. So the fact that they did good cards as well make it one of the best Secret Lairs, in my opinion, that they've ever made. But if you are a person that was brought up with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and anything to do around it, I do think if you do like, I'll call it the two comic book, the Mutanimals and the Rabbit, if you grew up with that show, comic, whatever it is, I would probably buy it if it is very nostalgic. I will always say if there's some things nostalgic to you, go ahead and buy it if you have the income for it. For example, again, I got back into Yu-Gi-Oh! You can't see it, but just there is a Yu-Gi-Oh! Tin that had a bunch of cards that I wanted when I was a kid, and I rebought it because, again, I finally got the cards I wanted. Like, it has Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon in it and the Egyptian God cards and Exodia, and when I was a kid, I had, like, out of all of them, one arm, and I was like, I need the rest. Now I finally got it, and it was like 30 quid. So again, so happy with that purchase. Overall, I think this is a pretty solid super drop, especially if you are a fan of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or anything like that. So overall, I'm going to give this maybe, possibly, overall a 7.5. A lot of the cards are playable or usable, and the artwork is good to amazing. So there's nothing that you shouldn't buy unless you just rather don't like the cards, don't need the cards. But if you somehow want them, I recommend buying any of these. If you have any information that you want to correct me on when it comes to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle universe, let me know in the comments down below. I will read them and probably do a bit more research when it comes to it. There's just a lot when it comes to that universe to kind of research while also getting the video out on time. If you bought any of these, let me know which ones and why. Remember to like and comment and do all that YouTubey stuff we always ask for. And as always, if you like this video, I have a previous Magic the Gathering video here, a playlist of Is It Worth It Magic the Gathering stuff here, and a subscribe button here, and I will see you all in the next video.